What beeped up thing did you do as a kid? I thought it would be a great practical joke to bury a corn holder. Small handle with two sharp prongs to hold corn on the cob. Pointy side up in my yard and wait for someone to step on it. Of course. Being a kid after all. I lost interest after a time and forgot. Sometime later in the summer. While walking barefoot. Yes. I stepped on it. Beep, that hurt. Learned a valuable lesson about practical jokes. Settle down. Little Viet Cong LOL. Around kindergarten age I put my Willy underneath a teddy bear. In front of said look. The teddy bear has a penis. A young comedian. I was 12 and tried searching everywhere for porn of children of my age because I didn't like looking at adults. Boy. Was I stupid. I did this around the same age. Still surprised no one ever bashed our door down. Tons of kids do this. Even if they start tracking you. They know the difference between that and an adult seriously trying to find it. When I was 6 or so I convinced the girl who lived next door, who was intellectually disabled and a couple years older, that I had built a robot clone of myself. I would go inside and come back out acting like a robot, complete with glitchy speech and movement. Then when I got tired of pretending to be a robot I would tell her I needed to recharge and switch back. I thought this was going to take a very dark turn. This one is way more innocent than the others. When I was 11, my friend and I soaked a tennis ball in gasoline and lit it on fire and with gloves on tossed it around with my friend. Just cause. Ended up throwing it to him in an arc and he missed and it slid down his chest, leaving an on fire gasoline trail on his shirt. Had first-degree burns and we really got in trouble for that one. Gave my little brother X-Lax and told him it was chocolate when we were under 10. I knew it would give him diarrhea. But I didn't know how badly. It was beeped up. I tried to poison my mom's boyfriend. I was probably around 11. I had one of those science kits from the Scholastic Book Fair. I took the citric acid and dumped the whole container into his drink. He sipped it and just said, "This tastes like Speep," and dumped it out LOL. This made me laugh. Imagine being so happy you're going to kill the person you hate, just to watch them pour out your hard work and planning. Different take. Imagine being murdered by an 11-year-old with a Scholastic Book Fair chemistry set. Found a dead squirrel. Put it in my Tootsie Roll piggy bank. Kept it under my bed for a while. I thought death was interesting. I was around 8 or so. In 7th grade my best friend asked me if I would go and ask the boy she liked if he liked her and if he would go out with her. I went over and asked him if he liked her. He said no. Then I asked if he liked me. He said yes. And then I asked him to be my boyfriend. He said yes. Then I went right back to my friend and told her that he didn't like her, but that he liked me and was now my boyfriend. I don't know why I did that. I was pretty young when this happened, maybe 13 years old. I was in a hot tub with my friends and I thought I had to fart. It was not a fart. Pooped in my bathing suit, so I casually grabbed it with my hand and while no one was looking I dropped it behind the hot tub. Friends and I would hang out on a side street with a 1-gallon gas can and a lighter. When we saw a car coming, one of us would run across the street while pouring gas and the other friend would light the gas after he was clear. I flipped off people while going for a walk with my parents when I was 5. I didn't realize that was a bad thing to do. My sister told me flipping the middle finger was swearing at God when I was around 5. And I thought she meant swearing to God. As in it's something you're supposed to do when you made promises. My ass was walking around church with my middle finger up till some kind older teenager finally gently told me to put it away. Dropped a rope out of my second-story window. Tied it to a plastic tricycle. Asked my neighbor if he wanted to go for a ride. And lifted him up to the window with the help of my brother and sister. Then we dropped him. And caught the rope before he hit the ground. It was stupid. But none of us had parents responsible enough to watch us or teach us anything. In 7th grade, I lit a poster on fire that was hanging on the basement wall adjacent to my parents' indoor heating oil tank. I'm hoping from the lack of follow-up that your house didn't go up in flames. Eat coins. I made my brother and his friends a jug of Kool-Aid with water from the toilet. Some friends drank some spilled cola out of the ground because they believed it would give them superpowers. Long story short, they did not get superpowers. I helped a Jewish kid steal a Christmas tree. He complained his family never had a Christmas tree. I feel like this could be the plot of a movie. I threw a surprise party for my high school friend who I discovered was a Jehovah's Witness. She told me when she showed up to her party. I still cringe when I remember that I asked my 6th grade teacher what a blowjob was because some older kids kept talking about it. She was cool though and told me. I had a notebook that I proceeded to fill with drawings. Each page was a scene like a comic book. It told the pictorial story of a woman getting pregnant and giving birth with graphic detail according to my 7-year-old understanding of how birth worked. She pooped the baby, didn't she? My older brother pissed me off, so I pissed in a super soaker. My cousin and I were like 7-ish or so and playing upstairs in a room by ourselves. My aunt left her sewing machine in there ready to go. We were fascinated by how fast the needle moved up and down when we stepped on the foot pedal. Then we had the idea to see who could get their finger out of the way before the needle started moving. He went. Safe. I went. Safe. He went. Blood shot out and screaming commenced. When I was in 2nd grade, I said my teacher was stabbing kids with pencils. The others were brought in one at a time and questioned. This did not happen, and I remember the teacher fondly and have no idea why I did it. I used to have a couple bullies in the 1st grade. One day they decided it would be a good idea to strap me to a bench and strip me. So you know what I did? I spit my pants right then and there. They never bothered me again. Dominance, hell yeah. When I was 8, I stole my father's nickel collection and spent it on penny candy. Pooped my pants when I was like 5. Didn't want to tell anyone. So I dropped it in the heater duct in my room. House got sold and we moved away not long after, unrelated. I would make animal tails out of paper. Tape them to my butt. Then pretend I was said animal and run around on all fours, making animal noises. I did not turn out to be a furry. However, once when pretending to be a ring-tailed lemur, I pranced straight into a closed glass patio door. Maybe that smacked the furry out of me. I put countless rocks on the train tracks in hopes of derailing it. Filled a super soaker with rubbing alcohol and sprayed fire. So basically attempted mass murder. My friend and I ripped and stole pages out of a neighbor's Cosmo that had pictures of boobs. I think it might have been for breast self-exams. We were 10-year-old girls at the time and got totally busted by my parents. That same friend and I got into a different neighbor's trash bags after Thanksgiving and decided to sample some of their leftovers. What the actual fbeep? Kids are so strange. When I was probably 10, I practiced my golf swing on 20 to 30 toads in my driveway. I am over 50 now and think about it often. Went to the cinema dressed as a ninja for attention. How were you supposed to get attention if nobody could see you? Yeah. He clearly spelled free admission wrong. On 1991. After seeing Mike Tyson getting arrested on the news, I asked my dad what rape was. And he told me it meant hurting a girl. So you can picture 7 to 8-year-old me running to the teacher to say stuff like, "Teacher, come. Jack, John and George are raping Molly on the playground." Or threatening my classmates with rape if they were annoying me, boys included. 'Cause I thought this way I was also insulting them by calling them girls. Edit. The final straw for the teacher was when 2 kids on my classroom were fighting and I teased one of them with a sarcastic tone. "Oh, poor you. You don't like getting raped." The teacher ran towards me. "Like what did you just say?" So I explained to her. Still teasing him. "Well, Ms. Sarah, he's like a girl. So we rape him instead of hitting him."